Good morning, welcome to another weekly vlog. I have completely lost count of what week we are in terms of lockdown weeks. I want to say we're going into week 8, but that seems ludicrous when I say it out loud. 8 weeks of self-isolation. This morning, feeling relatively anxious, and actually yesterday I was feeling quite anxious as well, but I think because I was still kind of in birthday mode and still doing like celebratory things, that overshadowed the anxiety. But today it's really kind of at the forefront. It's like a nervous anxiety because on Thursday here in the UK we're due a kind of lockdown review or announcement, and it feels like there's been so much speculation over the last week about what will happen on Thursday. Newspapers are saying that things will start going back to normal next week. Other newspapers are saying that lockdown will continue for another couple of weeks. The news is actually pissing me off now, and I think I'm going to turn off the news notifications on my phone because it's like every morning and every evening there's some horrible headline that is so speculative because the news broadcasters don't have anything solid to go on at the moment. There's just so much like hearsay, and I don't think it's great for me to keep seeing those notifications pop up. Like one literally just popped up as I was setting up the camera saying that a vaccine might not be possible for at least a year, or might not be possible at all, and I'm just like, what kind of headline is that? Like, anyway, it doesn't faze me what happens on Thursday. Like, I just want it to be the best decision in terms of like lowering the daily death rate and like saving the NHS and just doing what's best for us all. So whether that's another 2 weeks in lockdown, or you know, like the actual prospect of being in lockdown further doesn't faze me. It's just like this nervousness because something is going to happen on Thursday and I just don't know what. But today I've set myself some work-related tasks, and Dean's actually back to work this week, so I'll be interested to see how that changes my mindset and kind of like the dynamic in the house, because, well, technically he's not working today, but he's out of the house in our garden doing some kind of work, but it's like work for us. So I'm treating it as if he's out of the house working, so I'm trying to do my normal work routine today and treating it as a normal work day. So we'll see how that goes. And yes, we'll just see how this week goes. I think that is the general consensus across the board each week and each day is, let's just see how this one goes. Not an awful lot to report today because I am treating it like a working day. All I have been doing today is working. I'm doing last week's vlog, which will take me most of the day. And yeah, nothing to really show or say. Maybe I'll show you what I'm wearing actually, because I've put on something kind of semi-smart today and I quite like it. Not sure if this is going to show up very well on camera because the light is a bit weird in this corner. But I'm wearing a full head-to-toe navy look today. I've got this navy shirt from COS, button-down shirt that I have had since last summer, I think. So I don't think there's a slim chance of this still being available. Wow, my mirror needs cleaning. And then trousers are from a US brand called DeVoe. They very kindly approached me a few weeks ago and asked if I would create some content for them, because obviously at the moment brands can't really shoot any lookbooks or anything like that to promote new season things, so they just asked me if I wanted to create some at-home content that they could use on their website. So they let me pick a few bits, and these trousers were one of the pieces I picked. They've got a very interesting button fly that comes in at a diagonal angle. They do sit quite low on the waist, so I think when the tailors are back open safely, I might get them nipped in at the back just a little bit so they sit ever so slightly higher, but not too much. And then I'm wearing my Row flip-flops, which I pretty much live in at the moment. How are we already at Wednesday? The time is flying this week. Feeling relatively good this morning. Woke up at like normal working day time. I think I said yesterday, Dean is back to work. He's a self-employed builder and he's been quite lucky to find a job this week that enables him to work on his own. There are other people working on the job, but they are able to dip in and out of it so that they can do the bits they need to do on their own or from a safe distance. So yeah, he's back to work, which means he's getting up at obviously his normal work time. So I thought I'll try do the same and treat my days as normal working days to almost try and get myself back into a routine. Otherwise, I will be sitting around the house on my own, wallowing quite a bit, and that is unsafe territory for me. I do not want to get into that habit. So yeah, had a good morning, did some work, had a work video call, and now I am toying with the idea of tidying the house or sitting out in the garden reading, because I haven't done any reading for at least 3 or 4 days. And there is not a cloud in the sky, so it's very, very tempting to go out there, or go out there and write some letters to my friends. Kind of think I know which one I'm going to end up doing. Hello, I'm just sat in Dean's studio at the end of the garden because it gets the light right up until 8 PM. So when it's been a sunny day, it's really nice to come up here and just enjoy the last of the daytime sun. I have felt exceptionally flat for the rest of the afternoon. I think this is like a perfect way to show the ebbs and flows that are every day at the moment. Like, I woke up this morning feeling so positive, I was in like a really good frame of mind, had a really good work call, was really excited to go sit out in the garden, read my book, do some other bits, and then I think I lasted about maybe like 10-15 minutes reading, and then just like started pissing around on my phone. Like, I couldn't concentrate on reading, I don't know what it was. Started pissing around on my phone, and then just got into like this really bad comparison trap where I was just like scrolling endlessly, just looking at nothing and just like getting really in my head about things. And that's one of my worst habits, I'd say, in terms of social media, is that I will do like a lot of endless scrolling and a lot of comparison, and then I'll get more and more in my head about things. And that happened, and then I got all in a tiz because I hadn't posted anything on Instagram for like 3 days and was worried about keeping up appearances and all that kind of thing. Just like such first world problems that just are so minuscule in comparison to what else is going on at the moment. I spoke to my friends about it, and they were just like, you know what, if you're having a down day, just let it be. Like, just let it be a down day. Don't try and push it. So I didn't try and push it and just left it. But it's quiz night tonight, which is always a great pick-me-up in the evening. So that's at 7. So I'm going to pour myself a glass of wine, have a good catch-up with the girls. And, oh, Dean's just calling me. Dinner's ready. Thank you. I'll be there in a minute. We've got burger and chips tonight for dinner. And yeah, that's all I have to say, really. I'm sorry that it hasn't been slightly more upbeat, I guess. I was watching last week's vlog back and I was thinking, God, it looks like I did loads of fun things, but I think that was just because it was like a bit of a highlights reel, wasn't it? And I didn't show myself wallowing too much. But yes, that's where I'm at. This is where I'm feeling. Sorry, I can't even speak. This is what I'm feeling and where I'm at. So yeah, that's me done for the day. I am about to do the one thing that I know is guaranteed to make me feel better, and that is going for a run. I'm not going to talk about running because I know if you're not into running, it's extremely boring listening to people talk about running. Even I find it boring listening to people talk about running from time to time, and I love running. But I just wanted to show you what I wear when I do run, because I put this on Instagram stories like a week or so ago, and lots of people asked where I tend to get my running and workout stuff, and to be honest, 90% of the time it is Nike, and that is only because we have an outlet here in Norwich which is extremely cheap. I think most of the time this stuff is like at least 50% cheaper than you'd pay on the website, so I tend to go there maybe like once or twice a year and replace anything that needs replacing, or stock up on anything that I need. So today is just a black long sleeve top, and then I've got these shorts that are they're like cycling shorts with sort of flappy shorts over the top. And then on my feet I've got New Balance 990s, which you might recognise as the very trendy dad trainers that are all over Instagram at the moment. But they are in actual fact running trainers. I did buy these to wear as just like general trainers, but when my running trainers gave up the ghost earlier this year, I thought, do you know what, rather than buying new running trainers, I'll actually try running in these. And they are extremely comfortable. They just don't look like your traditional running trainer, I guess. Like when you think of a running trainer, you think of something a bit more slick, but these are proper padded, proper bouncy. I find them really good because I've got quite, not bad ankles, but when I run, my ankles have a tendency to like slope inwards, so I need support around the ankle. So anything chunky like this is really good. So yes, this is kind of like the general running attire and exercise attire at the moment for spring. Hi. And I'm back. Take my headphones out. Oh, I feel so much better for doing that. That was such a tonic, and it was exactly what I needed. Yeah, I am riding an endorphin high right now. And the horses were there, which was nice. The run that I go on normally, or that route that I went on today, normally there are chances of seeing quite a lot of horses and quite a lot of cows. But because the fields are so big, you never know if they're going to be on the correct side of the field and like near the fence. And today all the horses were there, which was really nice. So I stopped and just watched them for about 10 minutes. Oh gosh, I was really teary last night and quite teary again this morning. I've been full of quite a lot of nerves, as I did say at the beginning of this vlog. But I need to just keep focusing on positives and like doing things that kind of keep me on the straight and narrow, and getting up and doing a run first thing in the morning is one of those things. Like the endorphin high that I feel after high intensity exercise is like nothing compares to that feeling, and nothing really refocuses my mind as much as that. So like for me, running has never really been like a fitness thing, although it is like I do like to push my body and see how far I can run, but it's always been a mental health thing over a fitness or physical thing. So yes, feeling really good now that I've done that, and I'm going to attempt to do all the things I wanted to do yesterday but didn't manage to do today. Dean finished work early, didn't you, today? Which is a nice way to start the bank holiday weekend. A little half day.
Yeah,
So
I've been back at work for a day and a half.
So you've joined me in the garden with the couch cushions. I've just been writing some letters using these blank cards that I was very kindly sent by our friends who own this brand, which I can never pronounce properly. I think it's like Aura. It's hard to say in an English accent. I feel like if you're Danish,
Yeah.
it sounds.
It's a Danish word.
But yeah, just been writing little letters to everyone. Sat out in the sun again. Still got my birthday balloons up. Look at that blue, really shriveled one. This afternoon was much of a muchness really. We spent the afternoon in the garden, just had ourselves some dinner, and we're now going to go for an evening bike ride, aren't we? We've got some like leftover, like some old manky carrots in the fridge, so hopefully the horses will be there and we can take them along with I think I've put a bag of salad in the bag as well, so hopefully there'll be some animals to eat all of our leftovers.
Don't feed a carrot?
Oh, I'll let him finish that carrot first. I always think listening to a horse eat is a bit like ASMR.
Yeah. But you can say it's not listening to me.
No.
Oh, here comes the other guy.
Oh.
That's carrot.
Snap it in half.
Oh, you can snap it in. I can't snap it into 3.
Okay, well I'll give this guy the bigger bit. Hey!
You alright?
Take the bigger bit, the smaller bit, sorry. There you
Good boy.
go. Today is a PMS day, so today could go one of two ways. It's either going to be one of those days where I sit around and do nothing, or it's going to be one of those days where I go on a huge kind of organising and clearing up rampage. And judging by the slight little bit of chaos that you can see there, that's just a fraction of the chaos in this room. I should probably sort this room out. The room I'm currently in is my office slash wardrobe slash just my dumping ground, and for so long now, every time I've been in here, I've just sort of closed my eyes, put my fingers in my ears and just ignored it all. But it is getting a bit out of control now. Like, oh god, that's so embarrassing. Yeah, it's out of control now, and I think something needs to be done about it. You know, clear space, clear mind, that whole thing. So I have a feeling I'm going to do that. But in the meantime, I'm going to bike to the bakery, get myself some baked goods for breakfast, and see how the day goes. I feel like that is my motto for this week, just see how it goes. Dean just got himself a bacon, is it a brioche bun? It looks glazed. What a nice treat for you this morning.
It's lovely. Worth
Yeah, it was worth the queue. Right, shall we bike home?
Whoa!
That is some serious bed hair. Need to sort that out. Okay, that's a bit better. This morning's smoothie was brought to you by Jamie Oliver. This is a banana-free recipe, and the reason I love it so much for being banana-free is because 99.9% of smoothies have bananas in, and I do like bananas, but they don't agree with my stomach. So I can't really eat them very often, and a lot of recipes, if they don't have bananas in, have avocados in, and I don't like the consistency that an avocado gives a smoothie, and also find that if it has an avocado in, the smoothie browns really quickly. You have to drink it within like 15 minutes, otherwise it just turns. So this Jamie Oliver smoothie recipe is really good because there's no bananas, no avocados. It uses oats instead to thicken it up, so it is 1 pear, the juice of 1 orange, some frozen red berries, a couple of ice cubes, some almond milk, oats, some mixed seeds, and then I put in a scoop of like some probiotic powders, like gut food stuff, and I think that is it. I'll put the recipe below just to be on the safe side, but it pretty much tastes like a berry yogurt, although I've put a bit too much almond milk in this morning, so it's kind of like a lumpy drink, but still tastes good nevertheless. Hello. I do fear that what I am creating this week is just a video of me sat in this very spot over and over talking about how I haven't achieved or have just been feeling a bit rubbish. It is now Sunday and there is not a lot to report from the last time I came on here. I don't think. I can't even remember what the last clip was. It might have been me coming back from a run, which was Thursday, I believe. So yes, not an awful lot to report. It has been a bank holiday weekend, so there hasn't been a lot. Oh, maybe it was me talking about how I was going to organise my room. That didn't happen. That did not happen whatsoever. This bit is going to be quite conversational, I think, but hey ho, this is what I have to say and this is just how I am at the moment. But I keep starting my weeks with the best intentions and I keep getting up on the Monday really positive and having these great ambitions to be really productive and get loads done, and then by midweek I just feel like I'm pulling myself through mud and I do not have the motivation to complete anything that I've set out to do. And I don't know what it is, because I'm used to working from home. I do this all the time. So it's kind of like on paper not much has changed, but the mindset and just how society has changed and what's going on outside of the house has changed. So although my work situation hasn't changed, although there is less work, my work environment hasn't changed, but I guess everything outside of my work environment has changed, and there's just not the I just don't have the drive to get me through every single week, and this week has been one of those weeks. It's just been, I mean, I want to say it's been full of anxiety, but it feels so much more than that this week. It's been like some real battles with my health mentally. Physically not so much. I have managed to keep up with exercise this week, which has been quite good. I am hormonal as well, so and that's an element that I always forget, is that hormones can play like a huge part in stuff like this, but I'm not normally one to be massively overly hormonal, so yeah, I can't quite put my finger on it, and I think I wanted to voice it because I know there are people out there who are having more worse days than they are having good days, and this week has been one of those weeks for me. It's been more of a down week than it has been an up week, which I'm just learning to accept, and I'm literally taking it day by day, and I think I've said that before. I just see how each day goes, but I don't know, maybe waking up on a Monday and in this great positive mood and writing these lists and being in that kind of mindset, I'm putting too much pressure on myself to get stuff done each week, but we shall see. It's nearly 3 o'clock. Today we went to the supermarket. I sat in the car just listening to a podcast while Dean went in, and the weather is miserable today. It's such a contrast to the glorious sunshine we've been having, so we've decided to cook a roast this evening, which I am really excited about. And then at 7 p.m. we have Boris Johnson's announcement. Excuse me, I'm basically drinking from a pint glass at the moment. I normally do drink from a pint glass, but I'm making a conscious effort to drink from a pint glass so that I drink more water and try and counteract the amount of wine that I'm consuming at the moment with water. Got to keep that balance. So yes, the announcement is coming at 7. So I feel just feel a bit sick about it. I feel really nervous. Just that whole, don't know what's coming. There's been so much speculation, like just ludicrous amounts of speculation over the past week. The headlines and the front of the newspapers have just been shocking. There's just been too much like celebratory headlines about lockdown easing up as of Monday, and it's just like, I don't know, I feel like the tabloids are doing a really good a good job of getting people jeckled up and getting people really like spurring people on and getting them excited about the prospect of life going back to normal within like a couple of weeks, which is just like could not be further from the truth. But yeah, let's see what 7 p.m. brings. Hello, still Sunday. I have just been editing the vlog and have actually got to the end of all of the footage now, and have decided to sign it off here because I don't want to push this vlog. I had thought about vlogging an additional couple of days in the hope that I would have maybe something a bit more interesting to show, or just something that would make this vlog feel a little bit more varied. But I just thought, do you know what? That wouldn't be a true representation of what this week has been like, so I just think it feels more natural to just end it here and then start another vlog tomorrow on Monday, and just show you how this week truly has been. However, I didn't want to end it completely on a low. I did think of a couple of just interesting things to end it on, and the first one was I just wanted to talk about a few films that Dean and I had watched recently that we'd really enjoyed. About a month ago we finally watched Parasite and we both loved it, and after watching that we were like, oh, we really want to watch more films like this, or more films by the director Bong Joon-ho, am I saying that right? And just kind of like that genre of cinema really. So last week we watched The Host, which is directed by Bong Joon-ho and has one of the actors from Parasite in it. Really enjoyed that, and then did a little bit more research and found a film called The Train to Busan, which isn't by Bong Joon-ho, it's by Yeon Sang-ho. I'm not sure if that's how it's pronounced. And again, really enjoyed that, and that had one of the guys from Parasite in as well. So it's quite nice to watch these films and recognise some of the actors and actresses in them. And yeah, just really quite enjoying watching Japanese and Korean cinema at the moment. I remember when I was maybe about 16, 17, I was obsessed with Battle Royale. Like, I watched it so many times and I was just blown away by it. I was like, what is this film? It is incredible. And I've never really been, subtitles have never fussed me. Like, it doesn't faze me at all. I know some people find it quite difficult watching films with subtitles, but for me it's just not really been an issue. So when we watched Parasite, it just made me like, it kind of like reignited this flame. I was like, God, I love just discovering new cinema like this and just trying completely new genres that are in different languages. So yes, if you enjoyed Parasite and you're just looking for something new to watch that's kind of along those lines, The Host and Train to Busan were really good. I'd say they're kind of a bit sort of, Train to Busan was basically, it's kind of like a zombie film. The Host was like not a zombie film, but a creature comes out of the water. They did feel kind of almost a little bit relevant for our time. Like, we watched, the other film we watched was Contagion, which was just awful. Like, it's a bad film, but the funny thing is if you've watched Contagion and you live in the UK, it's almost like the government have watched Contagion and used it as a guide as to how to deal with coronavirus. It is just, even like some of the language that they're using in Contagion, like some of the language that the government use, you're just like, did Boris Johnson just watch Contagion and copy everything that they've done? It's very, very bizarre, and it's almost a bit creepy how similar it is to the situation that we're in now. And the second thing that I wanted to show you was just a few basics that I got from Uniqlo recently, and the first one is this ribbed t-shirt that just plain white. I've just got it on with some skanky tracky bottoms at the moment, but it's just a plain white ribbed t-shirt with a very nice collar. I've been looking for something like this for a while that's like really tight, and when I saw that this came in extra small, I thought, excellent, just what I've been looking for. And then I'll just show you in the bedroom the additional things that came in my order. So I have this navy Arquette jumper that I absolutely adore, but it accidentally got put in the wash, but on like a hot wash when it shouldn't have, so it's gone a bit funny, and I've been looking for something to replace it ever since. And the other day I was just looking at Dean and he had a really nice crew neck jumper on, and I was like, why have I not thought about Uniqlo men's for crew neck jumpers? Because most of the men's stuff go down to a size extra small. So I ordered this crew neck jumper, just navy, oh sorry, the light is really weird, just navy crew neck jumper in size extra small. And then the other thing I brought was, I haven't even taken the sticker off this yet, just that Uniqlo U t-shirt that I have, that I showed you last week in yellow, but I bought it in white because I just love these t-shirts. I think they're so good. They're a lot thicker, so I feel like they're quite good in terms of, I mean, this isn't a good example, but like some of the, I normally wear white ones from Arquette, just plain basic ones, but sometimes they can be a little bit see-through, so this is a little bit thicker. So there we go, those are the two things I just wanted to end the vlog on. Thank you for watching again, and thank you so much for the comments on last week's video. It was a very warm welcome return to the YouTube world, so I really appreciate all the lovely words, and I really appreciate anyone who's reached out and been like, oh, I feel the same, or, you know, like, I'm going through this and this. It's just like, obviously I don't like to hear that other people are suffering and other people are struggling, but it is at the same time extremely reassuring to hear that so many of us are feeling the same and going through the same motions. So yes, a massive thank you, and I shall see you next week.